Have you got any special recollections for 100 episodes? Or should we just make this an absolute banger?
Yeah, just make it a banger. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Iain, he's Olly.
Hi.
We're both guys. We're doing our 100th podcast, and it's a Christmassy special and a Lookahead extra special. It's the Guys on Film podcast.
No, 19. What about that? That's off the cuff.
What's it got to do with any of what I just said?
2019 Lookahead.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
See?
I was thinking, if one number was ingrained in my mind, it was 100, but...
yeah, sure.
That'll do.
Just for full disclosure for the viewers, I had not pre-thought of a little thing to say after Iain did the intro, so that was just literally plucked fresh from my brain. Yeah, first thing that came to mind.
Thought box.
Yeah.
Okay, what's on this week's show? The last of this year.
Well, I'm glad you asked, Iain. So what we've got is a Christmas film quiz entitled Twat, Dick, Prick, Wanker, or Ugh, He's Fine, in which I'll be giving you, Iain, a list of what I would say potential Christmas rot bags, and you'll be telling me what category they fit in, whether they be a dick, a twat, a prick, a wanker, or ugh, they're actually fine.
Okay. That sounds right up my street.
Yeah, I think most of them...
That sounds like something I'm skilled enough to do off the cuff.
I think most of them you'll be fine with. That's the problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've not got rotten enough rot bags.
Yeah. Okay. And also we've got... So it's our 100th episode, so we'll be, celebrating that throughout in some ways.
Certainly
I might
my
ask
100th
you,
episode.
Do you remember... Oh, Iain, do you remember the first episode?
Oh, yeah.
What was it? Can you remember?
Wrestlers.
That's right, it was. It was Wrestlers. Yeah, that was a good one as well, actually. Good episode.
It's a really long one.
It was. It
Compared
was very...
to the taut experience that we provide today.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And then we'll be looking ahead to 2019. So this is like your classic Guys on Film look ahead that we used to do once a month, but now we're doing once a year. So we'll be looking forwards and looking forward, I guess. We'll tell you which ones we're looking forward to the year ahead, the year 2019.
Are there any little tidbits of info you can give us about what you're most looking forward to, or do we just have to wait for that?
Ooh, I think the one that I'm looking forward to could potentially be Killer.
Killer?
Yeah.
This is a film I have no knowledge of.
I'm glad look, it was just...
I've prepared.
Look, it was just a cryptic clue.
Oh.
It's a cryptic clue, so, it could be about, a naughty man or woman.
Naughty man.
What's your favourite Christmas song, Iain?
Oh, probably Fairy Tale in New York.
Oh, mate. Move on.
No, that's a thing that's happened this year where everybody's started getting annoyed with people saying that their favourite film is Die Hard and their favourite Christmas song is Fairy Tale in New York. And you know what? People saying that they don't like people saying that is the thing that's getting annoying to me. Like, shut up. Get over yourself.
I do actually remember maybe our first Christmas episode, I said, hey, Iain, why don't we discuss whether or not Die Hard's a Christmas film or not? And you said, Olly, that conversation has been done to death. And actually, it's starting to really annoy me now, the amount of people that are still banging on about it. So I do kind of get it.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I kind of get it, but those people who are banging on about how annoying it is become annoying in and of themselves. Do you not think?
Yeah.
Yeah, just everyone everywhere stop talking and start listening to the Guys on Film podcast.
Are you ready for the quiz?
I was born ready for this quiz.
Guys on film. Yeah, we're guys. We'll talk about film. It's the Guys on Film podcast for real. You know what guys talk about film. It's the Guys on Film podcast for real.
So, Ian, the English language, and especially its expletives, it's kind of funny thing, isn't it? Because, because you've got.
Use it, but
hold on. Well, look, you've got a twat, you've got a dick, prick, wanker, bastard, arsehole, but they're all very, very subtly different, aren't they?
Well, an arsehole's different to a dick.
I mean, it is, but I could say.
Do you not do anatomy?
Like, Ian, I could say, stop being a twat. Or I could say.
Oh, my comment.
Or I could be like, but if I called you a wanker, if I said stop being a wanker, there's a definite scale there, isn't there? Like twat and dick, you can probably walk back from, but can you really walk back from being a wanker?
You can, but you leave a stream in the air.
Exactly.
Number 3.
So, I mean, you could basically be just prattling around and taking things a little bit too far, and you could be a bit of a twat or a bit of a dick. But if you're actually purposefully
you're a twat or a dick because you've been a prat.
Yeah, exactly. Because you've been a bit of a prat, right? Exactly. But if you've been an absolute arsehole, then and someone calls you a wanker, that's because you know what you're doing. So basically, Ian, I've got a bunch of Christmas rock bags here, or potential ones, and I want you to tell me what category they fall under. And you can add new categories if you want, if you don't agree with the ones that I've given. Or you can just say, Ollie, you know what? They're fine.
Okay, I'm gonna take note of the categories that you've listed. I've got a Sharpie in my hand and I've got green post-it notes at the ready. What are they? Twat?
Dick.
Twat. Dick.
Prick. Wanker. And just actually fine.
Okay. Oh, they're fine. Perfect.
And with that cough, let us begin.
It's the ceremonial twat, dick, prick, wanker, they're fine ceremonial cough.
Okay, so first of all, Home Alone, Kevin McAllister. Where do you think he falls? Okay. I mean, a controversial one because he's, some might say he's thrust into a bad situation. But let's have a think about how he was pre-home invasion.
He was a little shit.
Now this is the perfect use of the English language because. He's a child, so maybe he was just a little shit.
What do the Americans call them? Rotters.
Yeah, stinkers.
Stinker.
Yeah,
it's a little stinker. I think of the list that you've given me, it'd be a little prick before. In fact, does the uncle not call him a little prick?
I mean, we'd have to try and find that one out. If you know, then please write in or send us an email at guysonfilm. No.
podcast@gmail.com.
That's the one, yeah. Okay, so you're going with he's a prick, and you actually think that that's canon as well.
It could be canon, but what I'm saying is that pre getting left behind, he's a little prick, but by the end, I think he's even better than they're fine. He moves up to I think he's realised what's important in life.
Okay. I mean, I'd argue that that's still he's fine.
Yeah, but he's more than fine. He's good by then.
Okay.
I think he gets called a little jerk.
A little jerk. I mean, that works as well.
Okay. Should we move on?
Move on. Ellis from Die Hard. So he's the one that basically throws John McClane under the bus with Hans Gruber, and calls Hans Gruber Bubby and says he's his white knight. He's that little shit. He's that cocaine snorting little shit. But
unfortunately, the variation on penis that you've given me in this list is not available because I'd be going for cock.
He's a cock. Right, yeah.
He's a right cock.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think on the basis of the list that you've given me, he's a wanker.
Yeah. He can't walk back from what he's done.
Yeah. He's a real shit of a guy.
Yeah, agree.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with wanker.
Okay, moving on. Harry,
because he's doing it on purpose.
He's doing it on purpose. Okay, Harry and Marv from Home Alone.
Marv, they're fine. Let him get on with it. He doesn't mean to hurt anyone until he gets really provoked with like that.
Right, so he's the taller one, but the Joe Pesci one.
Yeah, Harry.
I mean, he's a nightmare, right? I mean, he would kill Kevin McAllister.
Yeah, he's a bit of a dick, really, isn't he?
Is that where he's stopping?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think he's a victim of circumstance?
What? Because he's taken on a life of crime because he doesn't have another skill.
Yeah.
No, that's more like Marv, I think.
Buzz McAllister.
Prick.
Agree.
I'm being able to discern very clearly what the differences of these are now.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. I mean, that's kind of where I wanted to get. Okay.
Nobody thus far has been a twat, though.
Well, let's see if the next one can be that. So, Clark Griswold from Christmas Lampoon Vacation. Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Lampoon's Christmas
Lampoons by the National Lampoon Lampoon Squad.
So here's the thing, I've never seen it.
Oh well, I just think he's probably a dick.
Okay, he's not quite as high as a twat.
No,
okay.
Well, he basically like have you seen actual sort of National Lampoon's Vacation where they go to Wally World?
I'm familiar with the format of them, but I haven't really seen any of them properly.
Right. I mean, so he's basically he's got good intentions, but he just messes things up all the time. So I don't think that makes him like a wanker or anything. It just makes him a bit of a dick.
Okay.
Gizmo from The Gremlins. He's a little twat, isn't he?
Gizmo?
Oh, come on.
Come on, he eats that food. He does eat the food at night when he knows he shouldn't do.
But he's fucking starving. and the other, like, Corey Feldman and the main character guy are, like, leaving chicken out and stuff, aren't they?
True.
In Gremlins 1.
So do you think actually it's cool?
They're the twats.
Yeah. I suppose they're the twats. So what about Gizmo? Do you think he's fine?
Yeah. Everyone loves Gizmo.
Okay. What about...
Even though he's a complete twat.
Okay, so Spike. So he's the the real hard bad guy gremlin. I mean, he's just an animal, isn't he? I mean, he's just an animal. He's just animal instincts or gremlin instincts.
No, I think the gremlins have got a little bit more going on than most animals.
Okay.
Although maybe that's me thinking too much about Gremlins 2, where they inject themselves with things to give themselves skills.
pre the Matrix.
Yeah, not digitally injected, but physically injected.
Okay.
I've been injected with intelligence. I'm going to go with just Dick.
Okay.
He's a real dick. Spike is a dick.
Okay. Right, here we go.
Sorry,
so Howard Langston, Schwarzenegger in Jingle All the Way.
I don't think he's any of twat, dick, prick, or wanker. He's just an idiot.
Well, what is that a prat then?
Yeah, somebody who has a lot of pratfalls is probably an idiot. Yeah, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
You know what? I was actually looking up the term idiot the other day for whatever reason. And it's because of the recent news of American Congress challenging Google about why when you type the word idiot, Donald Trump's face returns from Google image search. But I searched idiot, and the definition is: idiot was formerly a legal and psychiatric category of profound intellectual disability in which a person's mental age is 2 years or less, and he or she cannot guard against common dangers. I think Arnie can guard against common dangers and uncommon ones, like projected small people and one enormous big person.
Right. Because you were just saying he's basically a prat, though.
He's misguided.
Okay. I mean, he's doing things for the right reasons, though. I think that's also, fair to say. He's not doing things because he's being a dick. He's ultimately trying to save Christmas for his lad.
It's just made me think of the story arc of Jingle All the Way, and at the start he's a bit of a prick, actually.
Okay.
Because
in what respect?
He spends all that time in the office taking orders, and then he takes that call from his wife and says, "Thank you, you're my favourite customer," because it's just a line he uses for everyone.
Yeah. He's just
so
a robot.
He values work more highly than he does his family. But the thing is, rather than waiting until the very end to learn his lesson, he pretty much changes his tune as soon as he realises that he hasn't got the present in time.
Right.
And he'll do anything to get it.
Okay. And I mean anything.
With anything with hilarious circumstances.
Consequences.
Consequences.
Okay.
Yeah.
So within the same cinematic universe, Sinbad.
Oh, he's a real prick.
Well, what makes him any different? Tell me what makes him a prick.
It's just because he's like, meh. That's the way I typify his
well, that's
attitude.
definitely not the first time you've used that impression for someone. Meh. I can't remember what the last one was. Maybe it was like Deadpool or something. Or it was. It was Ryan Reynolds. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, he's more meh than Sinbad is. But Sinbad, what's his character's name? He's like a mailman. He's a real nasty piece of work, isn't he? Takes like a bomb to a local radio station. Yeah.
To be fair, he's probably a wanker. Okay, and finally in this cinematic universe, Phil Hartman.
Oh, the next door neighbour.
Yeah. Oh, he makes my skin crawl. I think he's a creep.
He's very meh as well, but in a Troy McClure way. Yeah, he's a sleaze, so I would call him a prick, actually.
A prick,
sleazy prick.
A creepy prick, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And
I've got
very, very finally,
I've got all the Christmas presents under the tree.
Oh God, he's a nightmare. I mean, he's basically after after
safely
wife.
Under my tree.
Yeah, he's a nightmare of a human being, basically. Okay, so
here's one to
Iain,
throw back at you. What do you reckon about the reindeer in Jingle All the Way?
Oh, it's fine.
Ugh, they're fine. Okay.
Okay, finally, potentially the biggest douchebag of them all, or is he Frank Cross, aka Bill Murray in Scrooged?
Oh, he's all right.
Yeah, he's fine, isn't he? He's fine by the end of it. He's fine by the end of it. That's all that matters.
He is a bit of a dick all the way through, but it's Bill Murray though. He's not really a dick, is he?
No.
That's the magic of cinema.
Exactly. Yeah. Absolute Christmas magic.
That's not really him. That's him doing an act, isn't it?
So there we go. I mean,
that was pretty good. I liked that game.
I can't score you out of that, but I think we've all learned
10
something
out of 10,
about.
Olly, I think is the answer.
Yeah, I think we've all learned something about the English language and its many subtleties and nuances.
I think so too.
Okay.
Live score. How are you? Live score.
I'm fine, thank you.
Live score. Out of 10. Live score.
Probably like a 4. One sec. There was no reason to untuck you because I'm hands-free. Hands-free like Hans Gruber.
Have you watched Die Hard then?
What, this year?
Yeah.
I'll watch it any time of the year, mate.
Yeah, I know, but have you watched it near Christmas at all?
No, but I quite fancy watching Lethal Weapon. Now that Pete sent us that image with
We were
the
watching
subtitles on.
Lethal Weapon 2 the other day.
Who was?
They were.
Oh, were they? Did they enjoy it then?
It ran. Don't know, but he said he sent me a text saying, "Gangbangers, you gotta love them." Fucking gangbangers. Yeah.
Okay. So Ian.
Yeah.
It's our 100th episode.
Wow.
Wow. 1,000 wows all lined up to play one after the other.
I think 100.
100. Okay, we don't want to crash the network, right?
I think, can we leave the 1,000 wows for a little bit later? Maybe the 1,000th episode?
Okay, so yeah, 100 episodes.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good going. Thinking back to... why did we start doing this?
Because we wanted a film-related outlet whilst it was going to be difficult for us to make films.
But for me, it was community service.
Dickhead.
No, yeah, it was. So yeah, we started it with good intentions, didn't we? And we've changed the format a lot over the years as well. We've been backwards and forwards, and
it is actually more like the 5 mat now, because it is about the 5th change of format that we've done.
Yeah, we just can't bloody get it right.
You know that? No, we can.
Yeah, I know.
You just keep tuning, don't you?
You just keep fine tuning it. And then realising that the first thing we did was probably the best, and then go back to that.
Yeah. The early issues around whether or not we'd be able to make films, I think along the way we've proven that we can do it at a very basic level. And then as of today, I've now got some equipment that helps us perhaps do that. I'm going to do some camera tests with it. So that's good. 2 years,
if,
not totally down the drain.
If you weren't, privy to our conversation before, or if you couldn't guess from what Ian just said, he's got himself a camera.
Yeah, I got myself a camera for doing filming with, and also obviously taking pictures. But I think it'll be good for us.
Yeah, I think so.
Some filming with this.
Yeah, we'll probably try and do something pretty quickly, and get on it.
Yeah, that's what the filmmakers are saying. Do something quickly and just get on it.
Just get on it. So yeah,
Ollie. So what's your life score then on this momentous 100th episode?
Well, I've just come out of a weekend having a bit of a winter cold one, so I'm not feeling too good. So I'm having to cough every now and again. So this is going to be quite a hellish edit because there's going to be a lot of coughing from either side, because I feel like you've got a bit of a cough as well.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so I'm fine. Look, I'm fine. It's my son Eric's 10th birthday this week.
Wow.
So 10, that's not too bad, is it?
So the birthday cake that you have made for him.
Yeah, and it's my granddad's birthday. He's 94, and he's 94 tomorrow, which is Tuesday. So that's also very impressive. He's almost had as many years as we've had episodes.
The other thing is, it's not Tuesday tomorrow for the listeners.
No, it won't be.
It's Sunday.
Yeah, but they know what I mean.
But that's the magic of
podcasting. It. I mean, you may think this is live. You may think that when you press play on your podcast app, we're just ready to start talking, but that's not what happens.
Absolutely not.
It's not what happens. But I'm fine. I've been to see 3 films at the cinema. I'm just going to quickly run through them all. So first of all, I went to see Creed 2. And as you know, I was quite up for this one. Creed is probably one of my favourite motivational sports films ever. I think it's really well made. I think the story's great. I think Michael B. Jordan and Sylvester Stallone are equally, as good as each other in it. They're brilliant. The way they bounce off each other, they both make the film. It's like a great double act. I really enjoyed it.
They were saying that on set. They were like, "Oh, no, you were great in the first one. You were great in the first one. You were great, man. You were great. Oh, no. We were just as equally good as one another."
I think that's what the director would be saying anyway, just to make sure that they get the performances. And the final fight was good. I just thought it was all really great. So I've seen it a few times. Creed 2, it wasn't quite as good.
But I've heard that.
I think I expected that. And there's a couple of reasons. We all know that Ivan Drago's in it and he's back. I think the motivation for getting him back was actually pretty good. I quite like that. But he wasn't in it anywhere near enough. But I guess when you start thinking about Rocky films, he was probably in it about as much as, all the other, baddies have been. But I liked him. I liked his story arc. I just probably wanted a little bit more. But let's say, for example, Creed and Creed 2 have these very sort of similar act structure with similar story beats. So you've got like this fight at the start, and then you've got like some kind of big life-changing event that happens in the middle. In Creed 1, it was obviously Rocky Balboa's illness. In this one, it's something completely different. And then at the end, you've got the big fight, and then obviously in that fight, there will be a bit, where Creed's on the floor,
both something physical and emotional.
Yeah, well, when he gets, Creed's going to get knocked to the floor, and he's going to have a moment where he's got to get back up again. And in Creed, the low point of Rocky being diagnosed with cancer, and when Creed managed to get himself back off the floor, both of those were like such a low point and a high point. I just thought they were amazing, and those two mirrored scenes in this film were both really badly handled, and it just kind of meant that you didn't get that low and you didn't get that high. What I would say is the training montage was excellent, and the actual last fight was really good. But it just didn't have that triumphant kind of, get the fuck back up bit. It was a bit silly, if anything. But look, I thought it was fine. It just wasn't as good as the first one.
That bit.
Exactly. So we went to see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and that's a strong recommendation from me. I thought it was very impressive. The graphics were like unbelievably good. It looked amazing. Very weird style of jerky animation that's just slightly off-putting to begin with, but it's really inventive. It's pretty funny. It's got a good storyline. It's quite emotional. Great action. I thought it was great. Any more?
I've heard very good things about it.
Okay. And finally, I went to see Aquaman.
That's a 3 thumbs up from Olly there.
3 thumbs up. So I also went to see Aquaman, and I'm at pains to recommend that one. I mean, it is just ridiculous. It's basically like a big blockbuster action film. It's got the look nailed. All the underwater stuff is amazing. It's got so many action set pieces, you don't know what to do with them. It's got a pretty decent villain. It's got a lot going for it, but it's just ridiculous. It's a bit too long as well, and a lot of it is like Power Rangers, which I noticed.
Okay.
A lot of it is like Power Rangers.
So explain the ridiculousness and explain the Power Rangers.
Well, the ridiculousness just comes from how wacky it all gets, which I quite liked, and it kind of means that it's more like something like Clash of the Titans or Big Trouble in Little China or something like that, where it's silly and it's knowingly ridiculous. Like they know that all of this is just ridiculous. So as far as they take it, it's quite fun in that respect. How far visually it goes and how far into kind of the absurdity it goes is really good fun, and I liked that. I thought for an action film, for a blockbuster to go to where they do visually, and I thought that was pretty entertaining. And with Power Rangers, it's the fights and it's the kind of the enemies. There's a lot of enemies that are in kind of power armor suits that just look like they're straight out of Power Rangers, and they fight in a very similar kung fu flippy hyper sped up way. And they just it just looks like that. You go and see it and you'll know what I mean straight away. It looks like Power Rangers. But again, I'm not sure if it's in a bad way.
Have you seen the most recent new Power Rangers movie that came out, I think, mid this year?
No, I think it was last year, but I didn't see it, no.
Okay, yeah. It's available on streaming services. We can give that a look. Cool. So, big recommends on Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, and Aquaman, I'd say approach with caution, but if you just want to have I'm at pains to say like a turn your brain off one, there's enough there to pass 2 hours of daft entertainment. It's not terrible.
How long is it?
I think it is about 2 hours, maybe a bit more, 2:15. Do you want the official time?
Olly's official time.
I mean, it felt quite long. It's it's 2 hours 22 minutes. That's a 222. It's a 222.
Get your 2-2. It's a 2-2-2. Okay.
And Spider-Man is 1 hour 56.
Oh God, even that's long.
That's quite long, but it didn't feel.
It was 1:30.
Didn't feel long. Long. That was zipped
so
by.
Overall, all things considered, what is your life score for the 100th episode?
Probably an 8. Well, okay, definitely an 8.
Yeah, you're going to have to commit, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so for me, I've been doing quite a lot of festive things. Went to a place called Winterville, which is like one of these like winter fairs. But
I thought that was Jimmy Somerville's brother.
What, evil brother? Jimmy Winterville.
Timmy Winterville.
It was good. There was lots of nice food there and festive drinks and whatnot, and an almost completely abandoned child's fairground area, which was fun. Didn't go on any rides, but got some great pictures of harrowing looking fairground. But overall, very nice vibes at that. Had a work Christmas party. I've had all sorts of festive vibes. It was lovely. Yeah, it's been a great couple of weeks of festivities.
And we hope our listeners are having a great bunch of festivities as well.
Yeah, whatever persuasion they might be.
Yeah.
You could have just cake day, if that's what you're up for.
Yeah.
I got an advent calendar as well. It's a Maltesers one.
What's the earliest in the morning you've ever had cake?
I was trying to think of some savoury foodstuffs that you call a cake, so that I could mentally defeat you, but unfortunately I've not been able to think. Don't know about cake, but I have chomped down some chocolate early in the morning, especially on an advent calendar day.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Have you got an advent calendar at the moment?
That's what I was saying. I've got a Maltesers one.
Oh, I haven't got one.
Yeah, I got given it by work, which is nice.
Is it on your desk?
It's on my desk. I had actually 4 to go back into today because I
lovely.
forgot to have mine on Friday. Yeah, it's great.
Excellent.
Which signpost that this is a Monday that we're recording on. All of that stuff aside, less and less we get into our trials and tribulations in this podcast. I've been served notice on my house because they're going to sell it, and it does seem like they will do this time. I know I've been saying that for about 2 years on this podcast.
I didn't realise you had a house. I thought you lived in like a big block
flat,
of
yeah.
flats. It's not a house.
Well, they're selling the apartment that I live in
right,
to
Iain,
a buyer.
Let me explain some property to you. I haven't got time for this. Carry on.
What? The difference between a flat, an apartment, and
a house, and a bedsit,
yeah,
and a bungalow, and a fungalow.
I think that's what you call your shed for
Legal
sort of
purposes.
nickname. Yeah, it's my bungalow. So on the film front, I haven't actually really been to the cinema that much. I can't remember the last one that I saw in the cinema, but in the last 2 days alone, I've watched Uncle Buck. Do you like it?
I watched it last Christmas, and I've got to say, I know this is going to make me go down as a bad guy, and probably on the, dick scale, I'll probably be a wanker. But
You
you know
hate
what?
John Candy.
No, I love John Candy, and I love Planes, Trains and Automobiles, but I didn't really enjoy Uncle Buck.
Okay.
I don't know, it just felt like there was nothing happened.
So Uncle Buck is basically the world's most awkward teen of all time. Like, she's just terrible to everyone around her. Totally irredeemable character that if she weren't related to you, you wouldn't want to help. But he does his best to help her, and obviously then she turns and they become best chums.
Okay, weird.
Sorry, spoilers. But
Bit weird.
the means by which he gains her trust are quite severe. It's a little bit weird and extreme. So this resides in the category of, is it weird that the kid in Big gets off with the adult?
Yeah.
But basically, John Candy's character
Spoiler
is investigating deeply into like what this niece of his love life is like, and he's like, oh, you don't want to go out with him. And then, in fairness, it does all pretty much go down the way that he suggests it will, because all guys at that age are all creeps.
Exactly.
But
You were a creep at that age.
well, I was never locked up in someone's boot or trunk
Right.
for the creepness that I was doing. So maybe put it that way. I think it was I think it was completely acceptable, Olly.
Okay.
But yeah, he locks up this kid in a car. So like 16, 17-year-old boy in a car just because he's been like a bit nasty to his niece. And then he threatens to do amateur dentistry on him with a drill. All stuff that's a little bit not sure.
Yeah.
He fires golf balls at his head. So anyway, that's Uncle Buck. I also watched Soylent Green in Brazil in a weird sci-fi sort of mad one on Saturday. Really enjoyed Soylent Green this time round. Can't remember the last time I watched it, but I didn't really take that much away from it the first time, but really enjoyed it this time.
Okay.
It's pretty good. And then left of field, what did I put on yesterday when I was wrapping presents? Bad Mum's Christmas.
Oh. How was that?
As you'd expect.
Forgettable,
but tugs on the heartstrings in a classic Christmas film way towards the end. Would certainly make you cry. But yeah, it's alright.
Iain, I love a good tug on the heartstrings.
Is that what you do in your shed?
It's weird.
You tug in your own heartstrings.
Iain, let me tell you about biology. I haven't got time.
No, that's two things that you're not able to school me on within the duration of this podcast. No. I'm going to say, apart from having to find a new flat as soon as next year starts, I'm about an 8 as well. 8.
Okay.
8 even. Right. So that's an 8 all round.
Okay.
And special mention for friend of the podcast, Peter Cater, who's about to have a new baby girl.
Ah.
Sorry, his better half is about to have a baby girl.
No, they are both having it.
Physically. Oh, God, Ollie, there's a lot you've got to learn.
Let's move on.
I don't have time for it. Yeah, let's move on.
Okay.
Deep
Iain.
dive.
Facts, data, must have put a lot of effort into this one.
Information overload.
I think I'll probably double check that.
Iain, can I ask you a question?
No.
Go on. What is 2019?
It's it's exactly 2019 years since Jesus was born.
Wow. Is it?
No.
I thought he was born on Christmas Day.
There's
No,
no
that's-
such thing as Jesus.
Born on Christmas Day, not born on
Yeah.
New Year's Day.
Yeah, but I mean, they round up, don't they?
I'm just rounding it up, mate.
It's just 7 days later, isn't it?
Yeah, true. I mean, what bit bank holiday sort of, give you the week off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, perfect.
Okay,
I think that's what
so-
2019 is.
Okay, and Ian, New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. All I like to do is stay in, watch a few
Your
movies.
shed,
No,
tug on your heartstring,
I like to stay in,
relax.
have some Twiglets, maybe
Ugh.
After Eight mints,
Uh,
and reheated corn roast and stuffing sandwiches, and watch, a film or two.
what goes into your stuffing in your non-meat world?
Oh, just sage and onion. Bread, the sort of bready sage and onion one, the Paxo vibe. Yeah. So I don't like going out. I don't like going out on New Year's Eve because you know what? I think it's a rip.
I think you don't like going out that much normally anyway.
I don't. But if there's one night of the year that I especially don't like going out on, it would be New Year's Eve. What say you?
I quite like going to friends' houses on New Year's night.
Do they charge you to get in?
Hogmanay. No, but they'll charge you for having been in.
Okay. What?
I don't know what that was meant to mean. Oliver, I was alluding to the idea that you maybe would have committed offences in people's homes.
Right. Okay.
I don't really think I like going out to places for New Year. I did that, I think, last year.
Okay.
Yeah, I did, and I wasn't mad keen. It was all right, but it is what it is.
We're over it now. But I tell you what, I am looking forward to is the slate of movies that are due to come out over the next 12 months.
Wow.
So how do you want to go about this? I've got a whole bunch of films listed in front of me in no particular order. How do you want to attack this monster? I mean, quickly would be good.
I've got a sort of chronological order of them.
Okay.
But
well, let's do that.
But I've cut a bunch of stuff out from it because there's a lot announced already, and within it, there's a bunch of shite. And there are a couple of things there that I just don't think our listeners want to listen about. So let's get into it.
Yeah. Okay.
The earliest one on this list is Backtrace. Now, have you seen anything about this?
Backtrace.
Yeah.
No.
This is I've been using the IMDb official UK movie releases for 2019 list. Okay, we'll jump in with fucking hell, chill out, mate. We'll jump in with Backtrace. It's the official synopsis is here. The official synopsis. The lone surviving
Can I
thief-
just stop you? Why are you doing this one?
Because it's got Stallone in it.
Carry on.
Confirmed. The lone surviving thief of a violent armoured car robbery is sprung from a high security facility and administered an experimental drug.
Why are you doing this one? It just looks so bad. I mean, even from the poster, you can see that it's
absolutely garbage.
Out basically straight to petrol station.
Well, listen, I looked at that poster and here's exactly what I said. I've written it down. Who's this white-haired David Byrne, David Lynch-looking fucker anyway? He looks... He's been in about 3 other films. Why is he a headline act with Stallone? How's Stallone got himself in this mess? Anyway, that intrigued me enough to watch the trailer, and the standout quote was, his brain imaging says it's catastrophic amnesia.
What?
So, I wasn't wrong.
No. Okay, but moving swiftly on.
Yeah, we'll move on. I will definitely watch that.
Okay.
Okay, second on my list.
Sold.
His brain imaging says it's catastrophic amnesia. It's like that one that had Dennis Quaid and Gary Oldman in it, where it was all forget. Oh no, Kevin Costner and Gary Oldman, and there was like a chip in a guy's head, and he couldn't remember things. It's all like basically has-been action stars who are trying to. Who literally can't remember the script, but it gives them like that good faraway stare that's needed for the characters.
Very good. Iain.
But I think they're maybe trying to do a sort of Memento type deal, but just doing it really badly.
And has he got a leather jacket? He hasn't got a leather jacket. It's more of a sort of fleecy type affair. So maybe that's the new leather jacket.
He didn't even get changed. There was no wardrobe. Okay, second on my list, Stan and Olly.
No. Oh man, I'm not up for this one.
No?
I don't know why. It looks kind of pointless. And the trailer just shows you absolutely bloody everything as well.
It does. I wrote a big from me. Yeah, I mean Steve Coogan and John C. Reilly. High chance that they'll be good in it.
Of course they will.
But it seems very worthy.
Yes.
So, for our viewers listening at home, the official synopsis is... The official synopsis! Laurel and Hardy, the world's most famous comedy duo, attempt to reignite their film careers as they embark on what becomes their swan song. A grueling theatre tour of post-war Britain.
Yeah.
You're not up for it?
No.
No!
I don't really know what else I can say about it. I mean,
well, before we
I know
move
a lot
on,
of people are excited about it, Iain. So I'm not gonna say, you know, it looks.
No, we
terrible.
should shit on their dreams.
We'll shit on your dreams. Yeah, your dreams are now being shat
on. Who's your favourite double act
of all time?
Yeah, of any variety, film or comedy or whatever, music.
Double act. Probably Sandra and Keanu.
Ooh, that's interesting. That came to mind. That's a good one. Mine's probably DeVito and Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, although I do like Pesci and De Niro when they're together. I think that's that's a really good.
Actually, I quite like Marv and Harry as well.
Well, it should be interesting. It should be. It is interesting that you say this because one of the films that's out this year is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'll give you the official synopsis.
Is this Quentin Tarantino?
A faded TV actor and his stunt double embark on an odyssey to make a name for themselves in the film industry during the helter-skelter reign of terror in 1969, Los Angeles. And Iain, it's by Quentin Tarantino.
Wow.
And the reason why I bring this up now is because Tarantino's described... So it's got Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. And he's described them as the most exciting star dynamic duo since Robert Redford and Paul Newman. And I just wanted to bring to Tarantino's attention, you know, what about Danny Glover and Mel Gibson?
Yeah.
Sandra and Keanu? Gere and Roberts?
Yeah.
Cage and Travolta?
Yep.
Snipes and Stallone? And Chan and Tucker?
Oh, Chan and Tucker, yeah. What about Chan and Wilson?
Chan and Wilson.
Wow.
It sounds like a woman that played a part in Baywatch. Chan and Wilson.
Yeah, but I think all of those are very good dynamic duos as well. And you're right. Yeah, Chan and Wilson are very good.
Yeah. That's interesting, actually. If one of them plays the stunt double for the other, do you think one of them was like? Do you think there was any backroom arguments about who was like the good-looking one, who was the real film star, and who was the muscly, I'd presume, exercise-oriented stunt double?
No.
Who's the better looking out of those two?
Out of who?
Out of the Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt.
Who's the better looking? Oh, I don't know.
It's got to be Brad Pitt. Really.
It's probably got to be Pitt, really, hasn't it? But I mean,
because in his early boyish years, Leonardo DiCaprio for sure. But he's kind of gone like dad face.
Who would you prefer to go out to Laser Quest and then Nando's with?
Leonardo DiCaprio, I think.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know what my reasoning is. It's a guess.
Yeah, same. I mean, it's all very grey, isn't it? I mean, who knows?
Absolutely no idea.
Okay. I mean, I take it you're probably not up for that one because it's probably going to be 5 hours long.
I might go to the cinema and watch that one actually.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll love it, but I'm willing to give it a go.
Okay.
I've softened with age.
What's next on your list?
I quite like the Manson
vibe.
Sort of, yeah. Like that'll be an interesting time period to have it set in.
Moving on.
Yeah. Okay. You're keeping it going fast.
Yeah.
Next on my list, which was chronological order until you ruined things, is Glass.
Okay.
So this stars Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, and James McAvoy, and is a sequel, I suppose, of two films released separately and now having their universes collided. So
super
Unbreakable.
Collided. Yeah.
Unbreakable and what was the follow-up called? Split personality. Yeah, Split. You had to
I
split.
can give you the official synopsis. Security guard David Dunn uses his supernatural abilities to track Kevin Wendell Crumb, a disturbed man who has 24 personalities.
Wow.
So basically it's a sequel to the plot twist in Split.
So what do you reckon, having seen both? Because I've only seen Unbreakable.
I didn't love Split. I thought it was a touch
too
boring.
Much.
No, I thought it was just a bit boring, really. I'll probably still go and watch it. But writer and director M. Night Shyamalan says this movie is the first truly grounded comic book movie. And I wonder if that's like a good thing, because, I mean, by their very nature, comics are supposed to be, about escaping reality, aren't they? I mean, but to say, well, this is the first boring comic book movie isn't really selling it to me.
Saying?
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like there's a part of that quote that you've changed somewhat.
Well, this is our first boring comic book movie, isn't it? I don't know. It's just like it's the first truly do we really want a truly grounded comic book movie? Do we?
No.
No. I mean, is it? All I'm saying is it's like James Hetfield saying this is the first truly acoustic Metallica album, or I mean that might be quite good. I don't know what I'm saying, but
this is the first truly symphonic Metallica album.
I mean that would still be quite good. I mean, I don't know. There's no analogy really.
Certainly not one you can think of.
No. Okay, what's next on your list?
Vice. Okay, so actually this will release on Christmas Day in the US. But it looks as though it's early next year in January for us. The official synopsis. Christian Bale, Amy Adams and Sam Rockwell star in, official synopsis, the story of Dick Cheney, an unassuming bureaucratic Washington insider who quietly wielded immense power as vice president to George W. Bush, reshaping the country and the globe in ways that we still feel today. Ooh. You certainly feel it. Have you seen the trailer for this one?
I've seen it quite a few times now, yeah.
In the cinema?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
It's probably not one that I'm going to rush to see. It's not really my sort of film, going to be honest with you. I like Christian Bale's belly in it. I think that's quite impressive.
Yeah, I've heard that he's very funny in this.
Yeah, he looks good. I'm quite up for it. Actually.
I think this is more my scene than The Big Short, actually. But I mean, you and I are allowed to disagree.
Yeah.
It's kind of the spice of the podcast, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
What's your vice, Ollie?
Crisps.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Very serious.
Yeah. God.
Crisps.
Knocking people's socks off with this stuff, aren't we?
Moving on.
The next film on the list is Destroyer.
What's that? Is it another straight to VHS affair?
No, so this is a Nicole Kidman film.
Oh, yeah.
Synopsis of this is...
The official synopsis!
A police detective reconnects with people from an undercover assignment in her distant past in order to make peace. Now, this is one of those ones where she's undergone some pretty serious, like, sort of makeup.
Yeah.
Dark hair. Although she's got loads of wigs, some of them more convincing than others. But I guess like
Massive
as the
amounts of
characters in
prosthetics.
disguise,
Yeah.
then the wigs are kind of sometimes meant to look a little bit silly. It reminds me a little bit of Monster, where Charlize Theron changes her look dramatically for that. So I guess this kind of reminds me of a couple of news stories where, you know, people in the UK undercover police sort of infiltrated people's lives and kind of lived a lie for years.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this looks like, and like where the moral line you draw is. So it looks pretty good, and all the mad quotes in the trailer are all like the most powerful work that Kidman's ever done, blah, that sort of thing.
Well, I mean, she
You know
has
what I
just come out of Aquaman as well, so I mean, you know, it's got
It's a stark contrast.
yeah. I mean, she was quite good in it actually. She has this fight scene right at the very start, and it was brilliant. It was so good, and you could see everything. Like being able to see things in fight scenes is the new not being able to see what's going on in fight scenes. It's amazing. I love this new trend.
Which
So
is
what's
actually
next?
like how it always used to look.
Yeah.
What would your secret disguise be though if you had to go deep undercover?
How do you know I'm already not? I can't discuss it. Let's move on.
What would you do to blend in Scotland?
Well, I probably wouldn't talk for a start. I'd just
So
be
he's
like
a mute.
Yeah, I'd just be like head nods and what, like kind of, you know.
Here, have you seen that mute guy?
Yeah.
Why is he no talking?
Yeah.
Don't kick his head in and see if he shouts.
Yeah, but then Ooh! I don't know. I'll probably just wouldn't talk because I think that'd give the game away straight away.
Okay, so next on the list after Destroyer, we have the Lego Movie 2, the second movie.
Fine, move on. Nothing
Why?
to say. It looks all because it looks good. It just looks fine.
You're in such a rush, Ollie.
But let's get to stuff that's actually worth talking about. I mean, look, I'll give you 5 seconds to tell me something about Lego Movie 2 that's worth talking about right now.
I wanted to talk to you about what other toys you would like to see turned into a movie.
He-Man.
Move on!
Yeah, He-Man. I've bloody
was
told
also-
you already.
I was
Wheels as well.
going to mention that they're also making a Playmobil movie next year that looks
I've seen the trailer for it, yeah.
absolutely garbaggio.
Yeah, probably He-Man. And a He-Man, maybe like Hot Wheels would be quite good.
They made that. It's called Cars, mate.
Yeah, but a better version with licensed, you know... Hold on, that's the alarm going off. You wonder why I'm telling us to hurry up. This is why, because the alarm's gone off.
You're giving this the edit of your life. You're going to give this the edit of the year.
I haven't got time.
And I'm going to say to you, that's the edit of the year, Ollie.
Ian, move on.
Captain Marvel.
I'm warning you.
Mate, I've still got about 12 things on this list.
Okay, fine. Well, let's just move. So, Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
So that's the one with the star named after a cheese.
Brie Larson.
The official synopsis!
Carol Danvers becomes one of the universe's most powerful heroes when Earth is caught in the middle of a galactic war between two alien races.
And also
Sure,
Samuel L.
move on.
Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson's been de-aged AF.
Yeah.
What do you think about all this de-aging stuff?
Well, that's interesting, but the rest of this movie is not my thing, is it?
Well, it's maybe not your thing, but I think... Actually, you know what? I think it looks quite good. I was really sold on the trailer. I think it looks like it's going to be an emotional one. I think it's going to be an emotional one.
So is she going to solve the whole last Avengers film thing?
Maybe she'll have something to do with it, yeah. But this one is actually set... The main thrust of the story is set in the 90s. However, Ian, it also...
Do you know that nostalgia, yeah?
Yeah, it also kind of charts her from a younger age as well. So I think she's going to basically... It's going to be a great origin story. She's going to discover who she is. And then she's going to bloody take the fight to them, and she's going to save Spider-Man and the Avengers and all that. Yeah, also next year, you've got your Spider-Man, you've got your Avengers. It's fine, right? We don't need to talk about them.
With that one, just to finish it off, is this the first Marvel film to have an entirely sort of female lead character like that, like Wonder Woman was for DC a couple of years ago?
I think you're right. I think it is, yeah.
Do you think it will be as good? What's your thoughts?
I think Marvel have got a track record of, of making better films, yeah. But yeah. I did really, really like Wonder Woman. So it's got a lot to. But I mean, Ian, why are we comparing them? Just because they're two films with women in it? God, they're just films.
I think things have changed quite significantly since then. Anyway, where people are just,
All I'm
we
saying
expect
is,
it to be good anyway, right?
Hold it up to all the films.
Yeah. All right.
Move on.
Okay, the next one, The Kindergarten Teacher. Have you seen the trailer for this?
No. Is this like the kindergarten cop, but like he's not a cop, he's just a teacher?
It's Maggie Gyllenhaal playing Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay, sounds good.
A kindergarten teacher in New York becomes obsessed with one of her students whom she believes is a child prodigy. Actually, I wasn't going to watch the trailer, but I just clicked go on it and I got kind of hooked into it. It looks pretty good. Okay. I think that's my dark horse for next year. And I think I listened to an interview where there was a bit of talk about how she had to kind of fund a lot of it herself.
So she did like a lot of cake sales and fun runs and stuff like that to get it.
I don't think she has to, mate. She makes loads of money.
Off IT.
All in one go, Dumbo, Aladdin and Lion King all appear to be on the slate for 2019, and they're all more realistic versions of their cartoony predecessors, which I think is weird to do all of them in 1 year.
Yeah, I've got a note here saying too many of them now. Space them out a bit, yeah.
I'm gonna do one line film stuff, and I want you to reply with what you think about them until we hit one that you've got substantial notes on. Right? Okay. How's that sound? Pet Sematary remake with John Lithgow and Jason Clarke.
I've not got extensive notes, but I'm probably up for it.
Yeah, I'm actually up for it because John Lithgow looks like the ideal replacement for the previous guy.
Okay.
But so Jason Clarke's always off-putting.
In casting terms, it's fine.
Not for Jason Clarke, but okay. Anyway. Avengers Endgame.
Good Megadeth album, but I mean, yeah, look, I'm well up for it, but
it's the spiritual successor to Highlander Endgame.
Yeah, don't really need to talk about it. It's fine.
Rocket Man.
Gonna be good. Is it a remake of the other Rocket Man?
No, it's a story of Elton John's life. God, Elton John's going to be about all over the place the next couple of years.
I guess maybe not too first. No, not.
Here's the thing that I think might get you on this. Depicting him is Taron Egerton, your favourite from
Eddie the Eagle.
Eddie the Eagle. Yeah.
I'm still not. Nah, maybe. Look, I'm going to have to look into it.
Okay. I think it's very much going to be like the Queen film from this year.
Okay.
All loving it.
But with someone that's still alive and making lots of money off John Lewis.
Kinda, yeah. And is on this last 3 years like farewell tour. Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Up 5-8.
Really? I think it looks shit.
Really?
I mean, I was
what he says about this podcast. Tell you what, Godzilla has got some absolutely abrasive things to say about this podcast.
Yeah, well, half of that's your fault.
Okay, the other half's yours. Then.
I think 11, Millie Bobby Brown, just does the thing that 11 does by screaming and like holding her ears in the trailer. And Charles Dance, I'm up for, but Vera Farmiga, I think she just does quite a lot of these films that are like straight to video, and I think having her in it,
Well, this is going to the cinema.
brings it down. Peg, I think. It does. It does.
It doesn't.
Also, this does look pretty. I don't know. The first one was great, but what's this all about?
It's just monsters fighting.
Okay, you're up for that. I'm not.
Yeah.
No, little to no information about this. Men in Black International.
No, not up for it.
No plot details.
Don't need
given.
it. Don't need it.
There's a new Shaft movie.
Probably don't need that either.
Agree. Toy Story 4.
Probably don't need that.
Yep. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood we've covered. Hobbs and Shaw.
I mean, you probably don't need it, but I certainly need it. I think it'll be good. You know, it's the Rock, it's the Stave. You know, it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Joker.
Yeah. So now here's where I've got some notes. And actually going to be leading straight onto the one that I said that is going to be my dark horse potential. I'm looking forward to the most of the year.
The one you wanted to talk about the most that we've left until the bitter end.
Yeah, so the Joker looks fine. Looks like an origin story. And I think they're basically basing the Joker and his normal human self, pre-Joker, on someone like Ted Bundy or some kind of awkward serial killer, which leads me smoothly into a film called Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil and Vile.
I've not seen anything about this.
Official synopsis. A chronicle of the times of the crimes of Ted Bundy from the perspective of his longtime girlfriend, Elizabeth Clover, who refused to believe the truth about him for years. So this actually stars Zac Efron as Ted Bundy.
Wow.
It's got John Malkovich and a few other people. It's got Haley Joel Osment in it. I mean, it could be really bad, but I'm
subject
hoping
matter wise,
it's going to be okay. Yeah, subject matter wise.
Oh God,
and I mean,
it's got that guy from Big Bang Theory in it.
Who's that?
I don't know, the guy that plays like the man-child.
Yeah, but I mean, if he's kind of like a weirdy sort of weird guy in it, then you know, he might
Has
be
it got?
okay.
Has this film got Papa Het in it?
James Hetfield. Yes, it has.
It looks to me as though Papa Het is playing
Officer
a police
Bob
officer.
Hayward. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Up,
I mean,
up
it's,
for it immediately. Let's get
yeah.
it watched.
Yeah, let's get it watched. I mean, it's probably going to be terrible. It's by Joe Berlinger, who originally did the documentaries called Paradise Lost, but he also did Blair Witch Project 2 as well.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean,
which we both know had a hidden brilliant film in it.
Hidden brilliant film in it. So I mean, maybe this is going to be a brilliant film. So that's my top tip for something that might be good, but it also might be really terrible.
You also do a pretty good job of hiding your brilliance, don't you?
Yeah. And the other one, so I've got two more that I'm quite up for.
Okay.
One
the Downton Abbey film.
No, one quickly is Shazam.
Oh yeah.
So this looks like a kind of a remake in a way of the film Big, but without all the kind of wrong and weirdo sex stuff.
Although they do go buy beers, don't they, in the trailer?
They do go buy beers, but that's fine. That is okay. So in this film, official synopsis. Well, it's not really a synopsis. It's a bit of a crap one, but it says anyway. We all have a superhero inside us. It just takes a bit of magic to bring it out. In Billy Batson's case, by shouting one word, Shazam! This streetwise 14-year-old foster kid can turn into the adult superhero, Shazam. And it looks like it's got, Iain, some good humour in it. Some, fun, situational comedy.
For all the family.
I quite like the look of it. What can I say?
Yeah, it looks okay. Some obvious ones that are left in the tail end of next year. Untitled Terminator reboot.
It really needs a better name, Iain.
Star Wars, obviously, at the tail end of next year. And Mr. Rogers' Tom Hanks thing. Unannounced title.
Okay.
But Mr. Rogers is not really a big name
Over here,
in the
no.
UK, really.
No, it's
but
not.
that looks like a film where Tom Hanks will be lovely.
Okay.
Which I think everyone likes.
Rambo 5, Last Blood.
Oh, I missed that
Rambo-
one from my list. I focused
Rambo
on the
goes-
wrong Stallone.
Iain.
The official synopsis.
Rambo goes up against a Mexican cartel in what's reported to be his last adventure. And I've got a note here that just says, worried.
You're worried about how good or
Worried
bad
about-
it'll be.
No, I'm worried about this being a bad film. Because I think it's
No.
going to be a bad film.
I think it could be pretty good.
Can I just give you a quick rundown of a few of mine, and you can give me one
One word
word
answer.
/ responses, and this has got to be the sprint to the end now, Iain. We're out of time.
I mean, I'm finished, but go on.
Okay. Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
The Dirt, the biopic of Motley Crue by Jeff Tremaine, director of Jackass the movie.
There'll be too many of those biopics that like overly make people look good in the next couple of years.
Yeah,
I
but
think.
do you think that the director of Jackass the movie is going to try and make Motley Crue look good, or like a bunch of wild boys?
I think that's what they want, and that's why it's annoying.
Okay.
Hey, make us look like real badass, man. Well.
But I thought The Dirt, the book, also had its fair share of like tragedy as well. So maybe if they hit that, if they do hit that kind of vibe, then you know maybe it'd be fine.
You just said its fair share of tragedy, and I said, "Oh, cool."
Okay. Child's Play remake.
I saw the poster. Poster looks wicked. None of the Child's Play films are actually any good. It's just the notion and idea of it that's like cool. I think. I don't know. Remains to be
Okay.
seen. But
The Liam Neeson starring remake of the Norwegian film Cold Pursuit. What do you think that one?
I think
Quite
it
like the
might
look
be
of it.
quite crap.
Really? I think it looks quite good.
Decent source material, but I think he's. I don't know. I've not seen anything about it. I'm going on your words alone.
Oh, right. So, I mean, that's just me. You're just rebelling against me.
No. Just that I think if he's doing a reboot of it, there's anyone knows what fucking level it might be at.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
I've seen posters.
The
It
legs.
makes me
You've
feel
seen
a
the
bit
legs.
weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
It looks
the
like
legs.
that weird fan art.
The furries.
Yeah.
Okay. Jordan Peele's Us.
Up for it.
There's a new one that no one really knows what it's about yet, but you know, pretty good cast.
Based
his last
on
film's
him.
Ace.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. It's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. One called Six Underground. 6 billionaires fake their own deaths and form an elite team to take down criminals. By Michael Bay. And at a budget of 150 million US dollars, this is the most expensive film ever produced by Netflix.
Jesus.
Say no more. And another one that's coming out on Netflix is The Irishman, which is Scorsese's new film, starring De Niro, Pacino, and Joe Pesci. So that was also co-funded by Netflix as well. So they're going mental. And it says here in the trivia, this is Martin Scorsese's first film for Netflix, despite being opposed to watching feature films on a TV screen. I mean, I wonder what's made him change his mind.
Fucking dollars, isn't it?
Yeah, money. And finally, I would just like to issue a very severe warning that in the year 2019, Rob Zombie will be releasing a new film. So just be on the lookout
Okay.
and stay indoors. Just don't go out. stay indoors. You never know when it could come out, or when you might see an image or a trailer.
It's tough news.
It's tough news. And I hate to end this podcast on such a low.
But it's been such a high all
duty.
this year, hasn't it? So
yeah, it has been. But it's my duty as a professional podcaster to warn you of the threat. That is
stay strong, everyone.
Stay strong. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Are you through your list? Yeah.
We're done.
Wonderful. Well, that brings us to the end of our 100th episode, but just the start of a new chapter in Guys on Film, which will begin in 2019. Have a lovely New Year and a Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, same from me.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Ollie, we're getting harassed about renewing our domain for our website.